Well, good evening, folks. Blitzkrieg Raider, you confused me because you said hello before I'd hit go live, and this happened once before, many years ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, where people could see what I was doing even though I didn't hit the go live button on YouTube. So I'm just wondering if that happened again, because I didn't hit go live and you said hello, or maybe you were just saying hello for when I eventually turned on, I don't know, but I was kind of sat there thinking, hang on a second, I'm not live at the moment. How do you know I'm here? But anyway, good evening, good to see you all. Nagisa, her cupboard, coming from Devon this evening. Oh, your sister got married. Oh, many congratulations to your sister. It was all black, no worries. Oh, good. I wasn't doing anything. I was literally just bopping away to the not Care-Trolled. Is it Care-Trolled? Care-Trolled theme in of The Witcher 3. So that's what I was doing. I always listen to some calming music before I start streaming nowadays. The lights are on, the moon is out, the stars are shining. I'm listening to The Witcher music, and then somebody says, hello. I'm like, oh, hang on a second. Can you see me? Nodding my head to Witcher music. What have I been up to? Well, I've had a productive-ish weekend. So, Friday, went to my friend's house. Not very productive there. Good evening, Malachite, welcome. Ollie too, good Joker Jake, good evening to you all. How's Fort Demo coming along? I was going to get to that. So, Nagisa, that's what I've been up to. So Friday, went to my mate's house, nothing out of the ordinary there. Was happy to have a couple of old drinks that we've not had for a long time. Fireball whiskey. It was a Fireball whiskey kind of day. So yeah, Fireball whiskey. But no, on Friday, the first thing was my friend has got this French bulldog. Remember I showed you pictures and told you about it in October when she got it. Her, I should say. It is her. And, you know, love her to bits. I was like, I don't like small dogs, but hey, you know, I'm not going to be nasty to it. And now, whenever I'm there, it wants to sit on me, wants to chill out with me. When we're watching a movie, she just sits and lays on me. She's got me wrapped around a little finger now. Marvellous little thing. But anyway, she's getting spayed tomorrow. And my friend loves this dog like a child. And when I say that, I'm not exaggerating. It's literally like a child. So my friend is like really anxious about this operation. Really anxious. So Friday was the pre-assessment. Now, I've got a vet on the end of my street. And this vet is a kind of a chain, so they've got like 3 practices. And so she came down to me because, hey, we'll take her to the vets. So I'll come along with you. Why not? I just have got to walk down the road. And literally, we got in there at 10 to 4. The appointment was at 4. Appointment, blah, blah, blah. And they went, no, you've not got an appointment here. What do you mean, she says. This is my friend. Attention to detail. No, it's not at this. It's not at this practice. It's at our other practice. That's a 20-minute drive away. I'm like, oh, yeah. Did you not? Right. Okay. So then she was in a panic. So I had to drive her car. So we ran back down to the car. I had to drive her car to this the second practice. Anyway, that was fine. Then we got the Fireball whiskey on the way home, and then we proceeded to have a very pleasant evening. She made a lovely aubergine and potato curry, and very lovely. Saturday morning, operation, let's get done, you know. And the locks have been changed, but the camera's still not up, so the camera went up yesterday. The camera's marvellous, by the way. It's got a light on it. You can put the light on manually through the app if you want to just light it up for put the light on the camera. You can have it on permanent if you want, you know. It's got a siren. You can turn the siren on at will, on off. I tried it. It's pretty loud. And then, of course, then you can just log onto the app and just check the camera out in live view like a Ring doorbell. But the best thing about it is I've got it set up with me motion sensor borders for the garden, so that if somebody walks into the garden and it's got human detection, so hopefully foxes and cats won't trigger it, otherwise the neighbours are going to be annoyed when the alarm goes off, the siren goes off every 5 minutes, because we've got a lot of animals in our garden. When a person triggers it, between the hours of X and X, I can't tell you, it's a security feature, the alarm will go off on this camera, and the light will go on, so it'll light you up like a Christmas tree, and it'll start blaring out a siren. Oh, well, this is a great bit of kit. For 35 quid, this is genius. In fact, I might put a second one up, because they might damage one of them, and hopefully they won't be back. But in case they want to damage one, I've got a backup one. For 35 quid, I could have 4 of them, and you can chain them all onto the app. But I'm going to get one put at the front, actually. I've got a Ring doorbell at the front. I'm going to get a second camera put up at the front as well, I think, because for 35 quid it's a damn good camera, and it's the light feature and the siren feature that I quite like. So I've not tried it yet, but I might go out tonight and see if it sets it off, because I need to try it. I'm going to walk into my back garden, it'll detect me, and then hopefully it'll light and siren and be like, oh yes, it's perfect. So that was one of the tasks. The biggest task yesterday, because I'm getting my garden fencing done, I'm taking the opportunity to get the whole garden done, because it needs it. So I literally, me, my nephew and my mate came down yesterday, because she felt really bad, because she did promise to help me with the garden 2 weeks ago, and then on Friday I said, I'm doing the garden tomorrow morning. She went, but do you really need me? I was like, well, it's up to you. I'm getting it done regardless, so many hands make light work and all that, but you know, anyway, she felt guilty, so she came down, because she said that she wasn't going to come, but she did. So between the three of us, we blitzed the top half of the garden. All the rubbish is in the drive. Yeah, I've turned the sensitivity down on the motion detection, but turned the human detection sensitivity up, so hopefully it won't be too bad. I'll have to play it by ear. But they did say that if you get motion detections from animals, then you just turn it down in stages, the motion sensitivity. It didn't go off last night, so that's a good sign. And it's not pinged. Oh, do you know what? I don't know if I need to check my app, see if it's. I don't know if the app pings you if there's motion detected, because there was a cat in the garden earlier, so that should have triggered it. So I'll have to check. I'll check now. I'll check now. Why not? Did it trigger it? But yeah, so we blitzed it. We demolished the dog bed, the dog kennel, got all the rubbish out. It's all in the drive, ready to be put into a skip. Cleared it, took a few weeds out. There's still another little patch to do. The patio is the brambles. My leg is cut to ribbons because of the brambles. That's how bad the garden got. My leg is cut where the brambles have caught my leg. I looked this morning and thought, what the hell is this on my leg? It was all red raw. I thought, oh, it's the brambles. Let's see. Messages. Motion detection. Alarm messages. What was that? No alert messages. What day is it today? Where's me alarms? I can't figure this out. I can't figure it out. What's going on here? Alarm messages. Motion detection. Is it the 30th today? Yeah, no detections on the 30th. And other than my ugly mug putting the camera up, no motion detections yesterday. So it's not detecting animals, which is good. So I need to do a test now, because it's not detecting the animals. Does it detect people? So I'm going to walk out tonight when I'm having a cup of tea, and see if it triggers it. Anyway, so that's good, because there's definitely a cat in the garden. So I just need to do the patio area, which I'll do probably some point either this week or definitely by the weekend, and then I'm going to get some quotes to get the fencing done, get the patio relaid, get the lawn relaid, astroturf, and get the back conifers chopped. And all the work that we've already done makes the garden look like it needs less work doing, because we've already done a lot of the tidying, a lot of the cleaning, a lot of the removing of the weeds and stuff. So hopefully that will bring the costing down a little bit. So that was what I did Saturday. And then I had the most frustrating afternoon. I could have put my fist through many screens. I could have smashed something to smithereens. I've got 5 minutes of flim-flam left. I'm drinking cider this evening. Cheers. Felt like a drink. I feel like I've had a decent weekend, productive. So yeah, my camera's up, my locks have changed, the garden's half cleared, so we're getting there, we're getting there. The car has got a tracker on it now, that got installed Thursday, the car's got a tracker on it. And it's got an immobiliser on it, so unless you know my code, even if you've got my car keys, you ain't starting the car. Because you need to put a code in to start it, otherwise you start it and don't put the code in, it just cuts out. It's marvellous. It's genius. And then I've got this lovely dash cam. You'll hear this story again tomorrow if you watch the video update, which I recorded earlier, because the video update for the anniversary stream is going up tomorrow, finally. A bit later, but better late than never, as they say. So I got this dash cam thrown in. Now, the dash cam, if you buy it not as part of this package that I bought, it's several £100s, it's quite expensive, but I got it for a really, really cheap price because it's part of the 3 products. It gave me a massive discount. So this dash cam, which is the Thinkware T700, if you want to Google it, it's quite a nifty piece of kit, because not only does it do the normal dash cam features of recording the driving at the front and the back, it's got the features a lot of dash cams probably have, that if somebody walks in front of your car, it starts recording. Somebody walks behind your car, it starts recording. So it records movement. It records if there's a bump or a collision whilst the car's parked as well. These are kind of usual dash cam features. What is not a usual dash cam feature is that if you put a SIM card in it and pay £5 a month, you can use it like a Ring doorbell. And what I mean by that is you can log onto an app and just at any point do a live view of the cameras. So want to nosy to see what's happening where your car's parked at the moment? Bring your app up, log on, yep, all quiet, all looking good, happy days, peace of mind. So it's got that feature as well, which is really, really good. So I thought yesterday, after I'd achieved success with the garden, I thought, right, next task. I've got my tracker sorted and all set up, and all I've got my code programmed in for my car that I want. Everything's nice and good. Just need to finish off this dash cam. It's clearly recording at the moment, but I need to log on to the apps, register the apps to the dash cam, so that I can start looking at the footage. Because I was thinking to myself, I might do some video updates whilst I'm driving along. You know, dash cam diaries. Driving along, it records audio internally, so I can speak and voice my thoughts whilst I'm driving along one afternoon, one evening. And if I think, oh, that's going to make some good footage, I could clip it all together and give you some dashcam diaries. Hear my thoughts as I'm driving along. So that'd be quite fun. That'd be quite fun. So let me get it set up properly. So I sat in my car yesterday with the instructions. Now, I'm going to run over time here, but let me just paint the picture. I'm tired. I've gardened, which is not what I do. I'm tired, but I'm going to get this done. Horse racing is starting in 20 minutes. I love horse racing. Get, trading, get a bit of spare cash. This phone's going to ring shortly. So mate, can't answer it, I'm busy. So, I sit down with the box of instructions and a phone that has got 8% battery left. This was not going to be a good start, was it? First task, SIM card needs to go in. Right, SIM card, yes. Put the SIM card in. Which way does it go in? Read the instructions. Yeah. Instructions are on the phone, not in a book. You've got to scan the QR code, download it. I've got 8% battery. Oh, better be quick then. Right, okay, how do you put the SIM card in? Yeah. Put the connectors facing the mounting. Yeah. Trying to push it in, not going in. Flipped it other way, got stuck, brought it back out again, put it back, not working. That wasn't the first calamity, sorry. The first calamity was you need to register the SIM card and start paying £5 a month. Oh yeah, let me do that. Type in the SIM card number, yeah. Type in the serial number of the dash cam. Yep, do that. Click on pay. Yep, perfect. Right, and then I go downstairs. Then I start fiddling about with the SIM card. Bing, 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 can't get it in, can't get it in. This is going on for about 15 minutes. I'm losing my patience and my temper. I hate fiddly things like this. I'm thinking, how do you take the dash cam off? The dash cam is right next to the mirror, so it's quite awkward to get the damn thing in and put the finger in. I can't do it in this angle. Then my neighbour came to put the camera up, and I'm like, not now. Don't disturb me now. I'm in the middle of doing something. So I'm having to entertain him putting the camera up, and I'm still trying to sort the dash cam out. It's not. Can I get the SIM card? I use tweezers. That's why they're on my desk. I was like pushing it in with the tweezers. Anyway, I finally figured out you can take the dash cam off the mounting just by sliding it and pulling it. A lot easier to put the SIM card in when the dash cam's not on the flipping windscreen. So I get the SIM card in and then put the dash cam back on. I think, oh yeah, success, happy days. Right, how do I register the SIM card to the dash cam, to the phone, to the app? Put in the whatever number on the, put it in here. I look at the whatever number, CNN number, CCIN number, I can't remember. And then I'm looking at it, and it's the serial number of the dash cam, which I've already put in to activate the SIM card. And I noticed that actually, that's a 3 and not an 8. Oh. So I had to run back upstairs to my computer, cancel the subscription that I just set off because I put the wrong serial number for the dash cam in, and then put the correct serial number in, and then set up the subscription. So I did that, thinking, I hope I'm not going to get charged twice here, and I hope there's going to be no issue with the SIM card activation, because I've activated the SIM card with a different serial number dash cam now because of the wrong number in. So I come back down, so I thought, no, forget it. So I tried to register the number of the SIM card on the app to match the dash cam. Click certify. Error. What do you mean error? Scan the barcode of the box for this number if you want. I scanned the number, different number came up, error. Instructions on phone. Phone's now got 4% battery left. So I'm now running upstairs to look at the instructions on the computer, then running back downstairs to try to action it, and then that's not working, so I come back upstairs because the phone's now on charge. Did I get the SIM card to work with the dash cam? Did I get the app set up with the dash cam? After trying for about an hour? And I was ready to kill somebody? No. No. The dash cam keeps beeping every time I go over a bump because it detects a collision. I need to turn down the sensitivity and turn off the audible alerts. Can I do that? No, because I don't have access to the app right now. So tomorrow I'm ringing technical support. Thinkware technical support. Please help me install this blasted thing, because if not, I'm ripping it out and I'm going to throw it. I was fuming. I went to my mate's house yesterday afternoon and I was like, pour me a drink. This technology stresses me the hell out. It really does. So my dash cam is recording, but the very clever feature of it, not that you need it because people have Google Maps or Waze active nowadays, but in my other car it would have been great because I didn't have Waze in my other car because I had to plug in Android Auto with wires. Unless I was going anywhere far, I wouldn't do that. Whereas this car is wireless, so I have Waze on all the time. But this dash cam has all the speed cameras in it. So when you're approaching a speed camera, it talks to you. It says, speed camera, 100 yards ahead. The speed limit will be 30. I'm like, oh, that's quite a handy feature. If you're not checking Waze at a precise moment or in a bit of a daydream, audible alert. It also tells you where mobile speed camera patrols occur. The A64 on the way to York, I went to York this morning, is well renowned for speed cameras, mobile speed cameras. Lo and behold, I'm going down the A64 and it said, you are entering a mobile speed zone. I'm like, oh, interesting. Anyway, we're finished trying to get a drone to work. Oh no. No. Technology and me. Yesterday I had to, because of the iGeek camera app and the 2 apps for the thingy, and there's another app for something else. I had to install 4 apps yesterday. Apps. I'm sick of apps. App this, app that, app the other, app this, app the other, app that. You want to put this app on, put this app on. You can do it through this app. You can... Sound like an old man now. I mean, Pix Gamer, welcome. How much did this cost you? Okay, so the camera and the locks and the garden. Let's forget the garden, because the garden's going to be a few thousand. And the car, everything to do with the car. It's a 4-figure sum. I'll leave it there. So basically, I've had to cancel my birthday holiday to Barcelona because I'm like, you know what? I've paid enough out this month because of this whole situation. I don't want to go to Barcelona for a start. I don't feel in the mood to go to Barcelona and leave my house unattended for several days. Forget it. I'm going to save my pennies and go on a cruise in November instead. Oh, absolute. Oh. And this one, the worst of it. I'm going to finish on this. I'm going to start playing. I get a phone call. On Thursday when the man is installing the car stuff, the tracker, the immobilizer, the dash cam. He was here for 2 hours installing all the kit. I get a phone call from the companies that do the tracker. Are you ready to set up your subscription for the tracker? I must have sounded thick because I said, excuse me, what subscription? He says, the subscription for the tracker. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I've bought and paid for everything. Well, I haven't paid for everything. I had to pay for it after the installation, but I'm paying for it. I've been told the price. What subscription you're talking about? Apparently, you have to pay a yearly subscription for this tracker, for the tracking service. I was like, I was not told by the person that sold me all this kit that there was going to be a subscription on top of the cost of buying the thing. If I'd have been told there was an annual subscription, I wouldn't have bought the dash cam. I'd have saved the money on the dash cam, which was an extra, it's nice to have, and I'd put that towards the subscription cost. So I was a bit mortified, and then the guy then said, oh, there's a subscription for the SIM card for the dash cam, and I was like, how much is that? That's a £5 a month. Like, oh yeah, just add it to the list. The subscription for the tracker was £155 a year, which is not horrendous, but hey, it was just the whole cost. So I'm going to finish on this, and then on this promise we'll play. I wanted this car, don't get me wrong, and I love it to bits. Honestly, I love this vehicle. It's so smooth, it's so fast, it's a lovely car, full of technology, and that's what the man said. He said when he installed it, it's taken me so long to install it because this car is just full of technology. The previous model of this car, he says I can install it in half the time, but this new one, he says there's just all these different fandangle things to have to sort out with it. I'm like, oh, happy days. But yeah, it's a really nice car. But in terms of expense, yeah, my insurance is going to be twice as much, tax is 3 times as much. All of this I've had to install security measures now because, hey, people want my car and they'll steal it from me. Subscriptions for these things that I've just installed in the car. The cost is mounting of this vehicle. It really is. I'm like, oh my God. I'm not quite regretting getting it just yet, but I'm thinking to myself, yes, it's quite an expensive endeavour. It's not just the cost of the vehicle you've got to consider, it's the cost of everything on top of the damn thing. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, so a long story short, Cham, or a short story long, De Geezer, is yeah, it's been not a bad weekend. And yes, I did a quick change of circumstances on my insurance, and I added the tracker and the immobilizer, hoping that they might say, do you know what, we're going to give you a rebate for the rest of this year. No, they're not giving me a rebate. I've added it to the insurance, but it will probably bring it down when I renew in September, because a tracker and an aftermarket immobiliser should bring the insurance down. And one of my colleagues that works with me, she's worked in insurance and says it should bring it down by about 18%, which actually was not an insignificant sum. So there you go. That's been my weekend. I bet you're regretting asking now, aren't you? And I've just come back from football and we won 3-1. Happy days. Right, let's go. We read all this off camera. No, we didn't. We read it all at the end of the last session. So we're going to crack on with the House of Delegates visit together with the Grand Wiseman. Any thoughts on Atomfall? Not really, because I haven't really seen much of it. I know it's like a British Fallout. Is that the one? The British Fallout game? Is it out? Is it properly out now? Is it still not come? Is it still like being developed? I'll probably add it to the list. Coming to a screen near you, circa 2035. Oh, it's just come out. Oh, it has come. Oh, it's out. It's out. Right. I'm going to need a plan. Forget New Year's resolutions. 1st of April, new tax year resolutions. I work for the tax office. I'm going to base my New Year's resolutions from April the 1st. Right? It's on Game Pass. I don't have it, but it's $8.99 a month. I can certainly pay for it. Oh no. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. And that's all I'm going to say on that. All will become apparent at some point in the future. Right, yes, so to finally finish up, video update coming your way tomorrow. I can't stream tomorrow. My friend's getting a dog spayed, I told you just earlier. So she's really anxious, and so I'm going to go over tomorrow evening to offer emotional support. And you know, I had a dog previously, and she got spayed, and it's fine. It's a routine operation, but my friend is going to be completely panicky, anxious, overly fussy. So I'm going to just hopefully be a calming influence there tomorrow evening. So you'll have a video update instead about the anniversary stream. So there you go. Right. Queen Mother's disowned us. Daughter's in a relationship with the fop and on the brink of a war. Yeah, apart from that, everything's going smoothly. So we are going to go to visit the House of Delegates whilst the kingdom burns around us. Once more, I took my seat next to Hugo in the middle of the House of Delegates. What's with the music? Why is it not peaceful music? Happy-go-lucky music? Why is it quite menacing music? What's happening here? Isn't this not a routine visit to the house? Just popping by, just to say hello? Kingly prerogative and all that? Oh dear. Everybody's filing in. I don't see many fresh faces. It's a relief that the RPP didn't manage to make any gains over the last time. Yes. Perhaps Maynard Sazen's charisma is wearing off. Perhaps his charisma needs to wear off my daughter too, eh? One can only hope. A gavel banged. Daria de Reva, positioned behind the House Speaker podium, put the wooden mallet aside. I call this meeting of the House of Delegates to order. She bowed in my direction. Thank you for coming, Your Majesty. Maynard nodded his assent from his usual place behind the opposition podium. Daria looked down at her notes with a smile. At His Majesty's request, Grand Wiseman Ignatius will open today's session with a short prayer. And so the Holy Kingdom starts. Prayers at the House of Delegates? Whatever next, some people may be thinking. All delegates' eyes followed Sal as he rose from the back row of the seats and slowly walked to the centre of the room. Standing between Manus and Daria, he opened his arms wide. Dearest brothers and sisters, as we gather here today, we call upon the spirit of Saint Ruhek and the guidance of the divine. May the great Nur bestow upon us the clarity of mind and purity of intent necessary to serve our people with honour and integrity. We pray for the courage to face our challenges and the wisdom to choose paths that lead to prosperity and peace for our kingdom. God bless this assembly, and God bless our sovereign king. He lowered his arms. Today is Mother's Day, by the way, so happy Mother's Day to any mothers that are watching. You never know, do you? I was supposed to be going out with my mum this evening for lunch, but she's not very well, so we had to cancel. Which is not a bad thing in some respects, because we were going to an all-you-can-eat place that is absolutely delicious, divine. You order everything on an iPad, and I've been before, and it's just absolutely... And last time I walked out of there, I had stomach pain for hours afterwards. But yeah, bit of a... She's not very well. But Hallelujah. The delegates murmured the word as well. Sal shuffled back to his seat. Daria waited until the Grand Wiseman sat down before continuing. Yes, thank you, Grand Wiseman. We will not forget the role of God in these halls. She flipped open a binder on her podium. The first item on our agenda is an update on Zeal. Oh. My constituents are eagerly awaiting the end of the Zeal Agreement's 3-year probationary period and the return of our land. Thankfully, the trade deal seems to be proceeding as planned. If and when the territory is finally returned, there are questions about how it will be reincorporated into Rizia. Manus put up a hand. Is that Manus from Brenus? Is it? Oh. Let's see what he has to say for himself. And that sounds absolutely delicious. Love a carvery. And love American-sized portions when it comes to desserts too. Objection? What questions? Zeal has always been part of the province of Brenus. That may be true, but in the interests of stability, reincorporating it under Rizia Imperi's jurisdiction is the obvious choice. It is the same reason why the Pale Administrative District has not yet rejoined Cardes Monteclar. That decision was due to an ongoing border difficulty. Zeal faces no such danger. How can you say that after the Friendship Day incident? There is no telling what Valen will do, even if Zeal is returned without a fight. At this stage, Valen will not want to risk damaging our agreement, and if they do, my province can handle it. The volume in the room grew louder as the delegates began arguing among themselves. I turned to Hugo. Giving the Caesars more land after what they did? They don't deserve it. I should say not. Fortunately, you don't have to listen to their demands. Eventually, Daria motioned for order. The delegates quietened down. Moving on to more pressing topics. Next on the agenda was a discussion regarding the current religious climate in Rizia. The opposition speaker had some comments regarding what he sees as an encroachment of Ruhicism onto everyday life. I don't see the need to air these complaints. Ooh, should we welcome his address here, or should we just completely shut him down? Encroachment of... Nonsense. None. You know what? He's harped on long enough. He likes the sound of his own voice. Forget it. Nor do I, Daria. Nor do I. We shall not change the religious direction of this country, not when so many of our citizens are finally starting to welcome God into their lives. Hallelujah, Your Majesty. Sal had risen to his feet. He gingerly sat back down. Getting a bit overly excited, is he? As the king proclaims, so it shall be. While we are on the topic of religion, I must mention the growing pressure from Golcondas communities to lift Rizia's blasphemy law. I saw Hugo raise an eyebrow. They point to it as evidence that the crown discriminates against Golcondism. However, these complaints are only coming from a fraction of the populace. The majority want our law to stay in place. My uncle looked relieved. He nodded emphatically. Good, because I have no intention of lifting it. I must object, Your Majesty. Even if Golcondas make up a minority of society, they deserve the right to worship like anyone else. Foolish words, Mr. Suzerain. The delegates turned to look at Sal. I have made myself clear on this subject time and time again. By allowing Golcondas to flood our holy sites, we would be opening the door to darkness. We have seen the influence of Golcondism on our neighbour Dirdia. Our citizens do not want Rizia to fall victim to the same fate. Yes, and even if the blasphemy law is revoked, Rizia will never turn into Dirdia. Our traditions are too strong. I should hope so. Finally, it is imperative that we discuss the growing millennialist movement within Rizia. Despite the king's efforts to ban propaganda from Valsland and United Contana, it is still reaching our shores. We have received reports of covert gatherings where revolution is discussed. I fear the recent millennialist strike was only the beginning. Madam Speaker, I must point out that this movement is protesting the existing inequalities within Rizian society. Work to address those, and millennialist revolution will no longer be a threat. Don't be naive, Mr. Suzerain. This is obviously the work of foreign agents seeking to destabilize us. Correct. What we are seeing is nothing but retaliation from Morella after we refuse to support their president's half-baked nationalization plans. Even if that were true, the Morellans could not produce a movement from thin air. They are playing on sentiments that are deeply felt in our populace. We can beat back the millennialist threat by doing more to support the beating heart of this country, its employers and landowners. They have already begun to lose faith in the crown in the wake of certain royal decrees. It would behoove us not to offend them any further. Please, Madam Speaker, we cannot forget that we serve the people of Rizia. To lose their allegiance is to lose hope. I don't recall asking you for your input, Mr. Suzerain. You may have the ear of a certain princess of Rizia, but you do not control this assembly. She turned to look at me. My party, which I will remind you is the majority party in Rizia, has already suggested a number of proposals to strengthen our kingdom and quell the unrest. It is our hope His Majesty will enact them. Very good. I will indeed endeavour to have another look over them, Mr. Raver. That is all we ask. Daria closed her binder and looked her. That concludes today's session, unless, of course, His Majesty has any closing remarks. I would like to ask Grand Wiseman Ignatius to conclude our session with yet another prayer. Thank you. Silence in the court. In the house, please. It would be an honour, Your Majesty. Once more, Sal walked over to stand between the two House Speakers. This time, he took each one by the hand. Oh, he's loving this, isn't he? He's absolutely loving it. My beloved delegates, do not let your differences prevent you from recognizing the divine in each other. Remember, we are but one people, watching over this kingdom by the great grace of our God, duty-bound to carry his truths into the mortal realm. And Hallelujah. Too many L's. Hugo and everyone else in the room repeated the word after me. My uncle and I remained seated as the session adjourned. Thoughts on today's session, Your Grace? I thought it went very well, personally, but hey, let's get his view on things. Just trying to test the waters with the introduction of the Grand Wiseman into the mix. Baroness de Rave is handling the house as capably as ever, but a certain opposition speaker is getting a little too confident for comfort. He kept his eyes on the delegates as they left the hall, and I don't trust his assessment of public opinion. The whispers I've been hearing tell a very different story. He picked up his attaché case and paused to look at me. It's been a while since the two of us caught up. I hope you'll do me the honour of paying me a private visit once you're back from your trip to Rizia. Oh, we're off to Rizia. Yes, the honour would be all mine, Your Grace. Hugo rose and bowed. Until then, Your Majesty. I stayed in my seat until the room was completely empty. Was Daria right? Was my public happy with my reign? And if she was, where would I go from here? To Rizia? Possibly. Morning in the palace, in the bedchambers of the king. Grape quality downgraded among pollution fears. Viticultural experts have downgraded the quality rating of several renowned grape varieties in the Valenkiris region, including that of the fabled Cantuova variety. Oh my God. This is not good. Territory of Zeal. Funding resistance in Zeal territory. Strengthening resistance to reclaim the territory. Increase funding to Ariana Taurus Association. Begin funding Suomena. Funding both. No, we'll continue with the Ariana Taurus push, I think, here. Yeah, we've got the cash for it. We'll do it. Additional supplies dispatched to the ATA. Sound systems and a second printing press. Let's put that pressure on them. Unruly mob disrupts peace in Isa. Oh dear. Ricardus Taurus needs to pull his finger out here. Mobs on the street. Yes. Ooh, soft approach from the police force. Not good. Right, Rizia and Rizia. The Golden Kingdom meets the Silver Garrison. As long as we're not poisoned with biscuits, it'll be an improvement on Morella's visit. We'll see how that goes. I don't know what possibly he's going to ask us or what we're going to gain from a conversation with Rizia, because we just do not want to welcome them, listen to them, be anything to do with them. So what the hell are we visiting him for is what I'm asking. But anyway, we shall soon find out. But first, morning in the palace. Yeah, Charm, it's coming tomorrow. I can't stream tomorrow, so I'll be uploading my video update. I recorded it just before this session, actually. And nothing from the police. I got a text message to say the crime was closed, but I never got a phone call, so... Oh, I didn't mention this in the video update. I did mention briefly about the incident, but my friend found a bundle of wires. Do you know, like, wires, plastic coating, do you know, kind of... I don't know how to describe it. Not like wires as in metal wires, but, you know, just like loads of cords. Plasticky cords. A big, massive bundle of them in the garden. Now, I don't recall seeing that bundle of wires. I don't think they're mine. So did the intruders drop them? And if so, what were they intending to do with a rather large tangle of wires? I do wonder. Handcuffs? Tie somebody up? It sounds ridiculous to speak it out loud, but it happens. And there were 3 of them, don't forget. I don't want to think about those things, because that is quite a frightening thought, isn't it? They came with the intention of, you know, if we come across the occupants and they do find us in the house, hey, we'll just tie them up. Yeah, because of course you're going to tie me up. Yeah, let me just put my hands out for you. There you go. Tie my hands up, mate. Yeah. Tie my hands up, pal. You're going to laugh. You'll be lucky if you've got your teeth left by the time I finish with you. Oh, no, stop it. It just the thought is awful, isn't it? I'm telling you though, I'm telling you now, I'm not saying this lightly, I would absolutely, they'd regret the day they walked in my door. I'd break every flipping bone in the legs. Oh, it wasn't anything like that. I'd go to town on them, honestly. Early in the morning, I heard a soft tap on the door to my bedchambers. It was Parble coming to wake me at my usual time. Good morning, Your Majesty. I hope you slept well. There was a tinge of sadness in his voice, apparently. Not the way I portrayed him. Hi, Your Majesty. Everything fine? He said sadly. Yes. Parble? Everything all right? I notice a distinct sadness in your voice. Can't fool me? I'm fine. Thanks for asking. He began drawing open my curtains and stopped and spoke to me in a forced, casual tone. How are preparations going for your royal visit to Derdir? To the land of blasphemous lunatics, you mean? We can say this to Parble. We can be a little bit unprofessional with Parble. I couldn't be more excited. Lunatics, Your Majesty? Yes, Parble. He paused again as if in deliberation. Finally, he walked over to the chair next to my bed and sat down. If only Sergei was here. I don't know if you're aware, but many regions of my persuasion have fled to Derdir since its establishment as a Golkondist republic. Yes, I can see why, given Golkondist's stance on things. It's the only place where, it's one of the only places in Makopa where relations between members of the same sex are accepted. Perversions? Yes. Let's gloss over this. Would you ever move there, Parble? Because obviously we're quite devout Ruhasists, so we you know, if this was not Parble we're talking about here, we probably might be a little bit more harsh in stance, shall we say. Only in an emergency. I don't agree with their religious justification for homosexuality. Golkondists view intimacy between men as the most sacred form of love. They say it strengthens bonds on the battlefield. As for women, as long as they accept their role as providers and childbearers, they may consort among themselves if they wish. It's not perfect, but I understand the desire to live openly among fundamentalists rather than cower behind closed doors. Yes. Interesting. Can't be that bad in Rizia, can it? His eyes darkened. Clearly it can. You don't know the half of it. Oh, maybe you should tell me. Open my eyes to it. Maybe I can do something about it. Any leads on the new dog? No, nothing yet. I'm going to get my garden sorted and finished off first, and then I'm going to reassess. I still do want one, but it's a big commitment, isn't it? So I just need to make sure, and doubly sure, that it's right thing to do. But yeah, the garden is the first step. So dogs, we're talking at least another month away yet. He tossed the morning paper into my bed. Look at the bottom of the first page. Man, 33, beaten to death in Monkey's prison. The deceased was identified as Matthias Montalvo, a courier for the... Oh. This is why he's sad. This is the man he's been seeing. Oh. Did we... We didn't order him to be put in prison, did we? We didn't order that, did we? We just said deal with him. Montalvo had recently been jailed and dismissed from his job after engaging in suspected homosexual activity with a client. Oh. Was he arrested because of my investigation? Parble shook his head. Our encounter was obviously neither his first nor last. I warned him to be more careful, but until homosexuality is no longer a crime in Rizia, people like him, like me, are going to keep dying. Ooh, interesting. Was it a royal decree? Was it a decree? This is awful. This is where... Oh, this is... So this is obviously not dealing with the root cause of the problem, is it? We'll pardon you, Parble, because, hey, you're my mate, Parble, old Parble buddy pal. But what if you're not? What if you're like Parble, but not the king's mate? You end up dead in prison. Tiny minority. We don't really care what the people want, to be fair. We're the king, and we've done most things because we want to do them, really, more than anything. I have the authority, that is very true. I can change our kingdoms, and that's also very true. The question I'm asking is, as a devout Ruhicist, do we wish to change the law? I mean, that's horrible. I mean, we could argue that we are the divine second coming of Saint Ruhek. We mentioned this in the last session, the last stream. The Wiseman was taught, the Grand Wiseman Al-Sal here was talking about another kind of prophecy, and we asked the question, could that be us? At which point, hey, we could tweak a few little laws here. We can make a new form of Ruhicism with slightly different little bits and bobs. Because why not? We're forging a Holy Kingdom. We can do as we wish. Right. I mean, technically speaking, we're not committing to doing it, are we? We are technically speaking out loud. We could change the laws. Pardon. It's very short-sighted. I'm probably aware that's quite a short-sighted view on the entire bigger picture. So no, we do have the authority. I'm might have to run it past the old Grand Wiseman first, but I do have the power. I might need to be a case to be put forward. So major step forward. Not even Queen Liza dared to imagine it. Ooh, this could be a big pivotal moment. You know, could either define our reign, define how we are viewed in history, or we could go crashing down. Interesting. Rizia is ready now, he thinks. I'm not bothered about Dirge. Dasnieris will hate it though. Oof. Right, we'll ponder this whilst I'll go grab my dinner and I'll be back. I'm not a big fan of any of these options, but we've got to pick one of them, so... Right, it's a good old Sunday dinner, chicken dinner. Veg, Yorkshire puddings, potatoes, mashed and roast, chicken. Right, how are we playing this here? Dasnieris, what am I supposed to tell Rumberg? So we've got Dirdier situation, we've got Rumberg situation. Out of all the options, it's going to have to be this one, I'm afraid. Not that we really, not that we really care about Dirdier, but we are visiting Dirdier very shortly. As well as Golcondas living here in Rizia. Now this could be an interesting tactic. Golcondas don't like us very much. Give them a reason to maybe think, oh, do you know what? Hang on a second. We're not going to remove the blasphemy law, but hey, might do something else to maybe just pique the relationship up with them a little tiny smidgen. But that's not the real reason the law should be changed. Oh, of course not. No, of course not. No, no, no. It's about the people. It's not just about what I want. This is a universal struggle. Think of the example you'll be setting for the rest of the world. Rest of the world. Trend setter. Forward-thinking Rizia. A very religious Rizia, but hey, as I said, we could be trailblazing. How again? Go parading about town in a ball gown. Jesus. Right. I'll ponder. Not one to shirk making history and all that. Yeah, some people are not going to like this. I mean, I'm not committing to doing it. I'm just telling him I am. You know, he's upset. There. I'll make it all legal. I'll consult with my counsel and we can't do it. It's just too much issue. Too much of an issue. The sooner you do, the more lives will be saved. He stood up. I'm late to oversee breakfast. I'll leave you to dress yourself. I'm sorry to hear about your little lover. Yeah, that's thank you. He bowed and swiftly left the room. After taking a moment to collect my thoughts, I'm not playing football on Wednesday, I don't think. I dressed, headed downstairs for breakfast. Oh, it has become available. Oh, now, come on. This is a big decision here. Decriminalise. Okay, most people don't like it. The churchman doesn't like it, clearly. -4 authority. Jeez. We were told that our human rights was pretty crappy, right? This could be a good one for the human rights side of things. Is it welfare? Good workers' rights. Good welfare state. Good living standards. It's not a bit of economy, is it? Not quite a lot of green there. It's definitely worth thinking about. We can't. If we're going to do it, we can't do it this time. We'll have to do it when it ticks over. We get like 9 authority. But it's definitely worth thinking about. We'll sleep on it for a few months. United Containers Congress addresses State of the Union and revolutionary expansion. Right, we'll go through these little bits whilst I continue just to eat. Bear with me. Right. So we are here. We are at the Silver Garrison in Rizia. This will be an interesting meeting. For our meeting today, Azmal had granted me the rare permission to enter his inner sanctum. After a lengthy drive up steep curving roads, our motorcade parked just outside the garrison's gates. Titus and I met Sal as we exited our respective vehicles. I confess that I do not know what to expect, Your Majesty. I have studied Golconda's compounds like these excessively, but never been allowed inside. I can smell the heresy from here. Rizia considers their religion blasphemous. We can't expect a warm welcome. Even if we tolerated Golcondists, I suspect the Durdians would still not be satisfied. The heavy gates swung open, and a group of Azmal's guards ushered us inside. The garrison grounds were much larger than I would have guessed, almost the size of Port Drazen's old town. A gleaming silver pillar rose up from the centre, surrounded by a cluster of administrative and religious buildings. Greenhouses, storage silos, and living quarters lined the perimeter, separated from the inner circle by a clear, natural stream. The first residents we saw were women in identical white dresses, drawing water from the stream and carrying baskets of vegetables to and from the greenhouses. These are seekers, Your Majesty. It is said that through their physical labour they will gain the mental clarity they need to begin their pursuit of Golconda. And the fact that there are no men among them is coincidence? Not at all, Your Majesty. Women in Durdian Golcondist communities are often limited to the seeker role, while men are permitted to advance. As the guards led us closer to the pillar, the sound of men's voices could be heard. Short, sharp shouts emitted in perfect unison. The disciples. They practice purification of the spirit through strict martial arts regimens. Yes. Where are the adepts? Hard at work, I expect. They make up the majority of Azmal's council. We emerged into the centre of the garrison. In front of the pillar was a training ground the size of a football field, flanked on either side by white marble temples. On it, some 4 men were engaged in combat drills. Titus watched in open admiration as they executed a complex choreography of strikes, blocks, and counterattacks, each punctuated by a forceful cry. A gong chimed in the distance. Almost instantly, the disciples spread out to form a perfect circle around us. Jorga Azmal, dressed in the same robes I'd seen him wear at the Alliance of Nations, stepped out from their midst. Look at that bloody state of him. How's the plan for the week? Quiet week, I'm hoping, touch wood. After last week, I'm just hoping to have a quiet week. No travelling to do, no appointments to book, really. I'll finish the garden off one of these days of the week. Hopefully football will be back on. I didn't play any football for a couple of weeks because of all the bloody cancellations. And the conference I went to, so I missed that. I missed football, so hopefully some football, some exercise, some gardening, and that's it. Some streams, hopefully. Quiet week, I'm hoping. Welcome to the Silver Garrison, Your Majesty. No time for dance moves. I am humbled to be here. Maybe we'll keep it cordial. Humbled to be here, Mr. Azmal. You should be, Your Majesty. His smile curdled as he turned to Sal. So, Grand Wiseman, we finally meet. I have been looking forward to it, Supreme Wiseman. Shall I lead us in a Ruhicist prayer ceremony? For this special occasion, I had something different in mind. A traditional Durdian jewel of generosity. Sal's face turned white. would not rather start things off with a fight. Let us pray instead. Ooh, running roughshod over their traditions we are. A jewel of generosity is not a mere fight, Your Majesty, but as you wish. He lowered his head and motioned for the disciples to kneel. Do you have a specific prayer in mind, Your Majesty? Yes, I do. Asmal and Sal looked at me expectantly. Oh Lord, bless the blasphemers. O Sovereign of the heavens, who arms the faithful with courage. Sounds quite nice. Bless our crusade as we march beneath the banner of your sacred decree. May our hands be steady and our aim be true as we strive to restore the balance of justice you have set forth. Let our struggle be righteous in your eyes and our victories a testament to your guiding light. Asmal mouthed the words along with me as I finished the prayer. A spectacular choice. You wanted to talk, did you not? Let us talk. He raised an arm and the disciples began dispersing. Titus stood outside as Sal and I followed the Supreme Wise Man through a door at the base of the pillar. A staircase led down to a softly lit room, its walls lined floor to ceiling with bookshelves. There were no tables or chairs, just a number of comfortable-looking cushions on the carpeted floor. Asmal gestured for us to sit. This is the very heart of the garrison, Your Majesty. I never make a political decision without consulting the teachings of St. Ruhek. I do the same. One cannot steer the course of a nation without a spiritual compass. Wise words, Your Majesty. Are there any of his tracts that you find particularly useful? Currently, I am finding solace in Peace's Testament on sacred non-violence. Naturally. I knew your kingdom's attempt to stay the course of peace in the face of threats was divinely guided. However, in your shameful treatment of Golcondists, I feel you have let some of our beloved saints' teachings fall by the wayside. Our blasphemy laws were passed to protect Rizian Rupersis' right to observe in peace. I will not apologize for putting my country people's rights before yours. Ruhek and his disciples travelled these lands long before our borders existed, Your Majesty. A worshipper's place of birth should not prohibit him from following the divine path. Asmal crossed his arms. You would not have come here today if you did not want something from me. I don't want anything from you. We were forced here. Otherwise I wouldn't have come, if I am being quite honest. But first we must discuss your so-called blasphemy law. His eyes were fixed on Sal. The ark sanctuaries of Plevo, Beneven, and Jails are three of the most sacred sites in the Ruhasist religion. It is not fair that my people are denied access to them. When you were allowed to enter them, you crowded out the real Ruhasists to the point of damaging one of our precious sanctuaries. If you wish to limit the flow of visitors to your ark sanctuaries, we will not oppose that, but I suspect your law has never been only about overcrowding. Sal sat upright. It is no secret that the majority of Ruhasism leaders regard Golcondism as a taint on our religion. A taint? Golcondism has millions of practitioners, all of whom would testify that we are following the one true path St. Ruhek laid out for us. Doesn't enlightenment through violence directly contradict Ruhek's teachings? Not violence. As Ruhek wrote, one must hone the discipline of the body as well as the spirit to guard and guide the virtues bestowed by the divine. Yet, in the quiet whisper of peace, truth and righteousness take root and flourish. My Grand Wiseman speaks the truth, as always. Asmal glared at both of us. Your people are guests in our country. Supreme Wiseman, they shouldn't abuse their privileges. What privileges? You only invite dirges into Rizia to do the work that your own people claim is beneath them. My people have mined your gold, built your weapons, extracted your gas, yet they are barred from their religion's holiest of places. We'll go down this one. We'll have a bit of a jab at the Seekers. At least Durdians in Rizia are compensated for their labour. How many years must one toil as one of your Seekers before seeing a cent of wages? It is forbidden for a Seeker to do work that enriches another. They only toil on behalf of themselves and their own community. I know the strife Rizia is facing. If you would see reason and lift this unjust ban, there is much we in Durdia can do to help you. Really? Really? We face no strife, Supreme Wiseman. You are clearly mistaken. When zeal is returned to us, Rizia will be stronger and more prosperous than ever. Oh, I see there is no getting through to you. He shook his head regretfully. There is nothing more we can accomplish today. I beg of you both to get out of my compound. He gestured towards the door. Stahl stood and looked at him in the eye. It is not too late to repent, Supreme Wiseman. I could say the same to both of you. He ushered us out the room and up the stairs. The sun was still shining brightly as we emerged from the base of the pillar. Outside, Titus was sitting by himself, his eyes on the group of disciples, exercising some distance away. On seeing me, he rose and snapped to attention. Your Majesty, shall we go? Yes, we have wasted enough time here. He nodded and came over to join us. Asmal extended his hand to me. Kiss him! Shake his hand. Yes, we won't be rude. He returned my handshake with a firm grip. The sounds of sung hymns and clashing swords accompanied us as we made our way out of the compound. I knew that I would never see the Silver Garrison again. Wouldn't have seen it the first time if I had my way. Anyway, there we go. Those violent people. Ooh, the meeting with Uncle Hugo. Let's see how this is going to go. Does he have any sort of interesting news for us? I do wonder. At what point do we tell him that the Grand Wiseman will be taking his place in the House of Delegates? That'll go down like a lead balloon. Okay, so here we are. The dramatic music is back. You're definitely right there. Sat in front of the fireplace in a leather armchair. My uncle rose and bowed upon my approach. Your Majesty, thank you for joining me this evening. Very formal option. That's a bit rude. Right. Sorry. There's two of us here, Hugo. Airs and graces, let's put them aside for now. Let's talk as equals. What's on your mind? As you prefer, Rumus. Who's my name? We did invite it, didn't we? Sounds very strange being called Romus, though. He beckoned me over and we both sat. Tell me, my nephew, how much thought have you given to the future of House Taurus? Not much, clearly, because Bina's marrying a Suzerain for a start. End of that line, isn't it? Unless it's matrilineal. You will be matrilineally married. This family means everything to me. You should know that by now. Well, my mother and my daughter. My mother's cast me aside, and she's not in my good books either. My daughter marrying a Suzerain. That's what family gets you. Nothing but trouble. Right. This is an interesting one, though. King's legacy should be determined by his words and deeds, not his lineage. Do we care what happens after House Taurus when we're dead and gone? As long as we have been seen in a good light? There is a part of that, definitely. I'll say probably more than that, given what the family's done to me at the moment. So, you know, we're going to go down this line. But how will his words and deeds live on with no name to remember him by? Our family's roots can be traced all the way back to the Resident Empire. We have survived war, conquest, and numerous challenges to the throne to be where we are today. He picked up a poker and jostled the logs in the fireplace. A shower of sparks flew upward. I brought you here to give you a warning. Certain members of our house have begun to speak ill of you. Really? What do you mean? I've done nothing but try to earn their favour since I took them. Have we tried to earn their favour? Really? We didn't back his son in Eza. We are essentially approving of our daughter marrying a Suzerain. That's where we're ticking a few members off. Apart from those two things, what else have we done to tick off the family? My decisions were made with my country in mind. If that pisses off a few cousins, so be it. Our relations are unfortunately more than merely pissed off. A significant group of aristocratic real estate owners have denounced your tenant protection laws. Oh yeah, that. Okay. I had no idea I had angered our house that much. Thank you for telling me. I wouldn't be a very effective advisor if I didn't tell you. I am loath to remind you, but there are those in House Taurus who believe my brother, and hence you, should have been removed from the royal line of succession after introducing commoner blood. Your actions of king have unfortunately poured fuel on those flames. What exactly are you implying? You're calling my legitimacy as king into question? Of course, I respect your legitimacy, Your Majesty. I am simply repeating the claims of others. I have not even mentioned our house's gravest concern. Oh, there's more. What did I say at the end of the last stream? Oh, everything's going lovely and smoothly. Everything's going well. The people are starting to come round to my way of thinking. Oh, it's lovely. Apparently, my own family are beginning to grow discontented, it seems. Please tell me, what is this grave concern? Manus Suzerain. Ah, yes. Manus Suzerain. He's a grave concern of mine, if I'm quite honest. He spoke the name like a curse word. I am certain you had good intentions in allowing the Suzerain heir to court Vina, but I will tell you this. If you permit Her Highness to marry this man, your grip on the throne will weaken to the point where I cannot recover it. We're going to have to try and paint this as a plan. Mr. Sazer's anti-monarchist intentions will not survive him being named Prince Consort. Give up his name. He's a House of Delegates opposition leader. Marrying him to Vina will help neutralize him. Will it? What is the most viable strategy to get out of this marriage? Give up his name. Was that going to be one of our stipulations? Didn't say matrilineal, I think. I did say it. Help neutralize him. Do you know what? We'll see what he says about him giving up the name. At the expense of Rizian tradition. You needn't allow your reign to be undone by a pair of starry-eyed youths. There are actions that can be taken. Actions? Sounds like a euphemism if ever I heard one. You're right. I should speak to you as an adult. He is an ambitious young man. There must be something he wants more than the princess. And if the carrot doesn't work, there is always the stick. I like carrots, they're full of vitamins. Oh, now look at these three options. I don't like any of them now. This indicates that we're going to have him bumped off. This is that we're using him to be a useful ally, which we're not really. It's just that my daughter has decreed that she likes him and is going to go out with him, and we can't say no to her because it's our little Veenie. Which means it's the top one. Oh, God. By all means, make him an offer. However, this doesn't solve the problem of whom the princess should wed. I'll hazard a guess. You think the lucky groom should be Rico. There is a reason my son has not yet married, yes. A royal union between two Tauruses will secure the future of our house beyond a shadow of a doubt. It'll also produce a child with hooves. I mean, it is a bit close. But then again, you know, royalty and all that. Look, you saw what happened on our hunting trip. They don't get along. A political marriage is not about getting along. Just ask Rita if you can drag her out of the casinos. I do not want to worry you, but at this point pairing Vina and Rico may be the only way to prevent key members of our house from switching allegiances. He paused in thoughtful reflection. short of producing a male heir yourself. I should stop harping on about this. I know you and the princess will make the right decision. This might be the best solution of the entire situation. Have a son. That way, Vina. Sorry, Vini. Tradition, mate. You know, sons before daughters and all that. Marry Manus if you wish. Have happy retirement between the two of you. Long and fruitful lives, but right now you're not the heir anymore. Problem solved. Yeah, no, thank you for bringing this up. You've given me a lot to think about. We rose from our chairs. The fire began to flicker out as Hugo ushered me out the door. Titus shadowed me down the hall as I made my way back towards my quarters. On the way there, we passed my study door. Go in and call Manus. Go in and call Rico. Come in for a second, Titus. I want to speak to you privately. Keep on walking. Oh my god. This is quite a decision. Well, I'm not going to call Rico. I've got no reason to call Rico, have I? Calling Manus, interesting. Or what on earth are we going to speak to Titus about? I don't really want to speak to Manus, if I'm quite honest with you. What could I possibly want to say to him? Other than maybe warn him off, maybe tell him you're giving up your... Maybe you're telling now, if you're going to marry my Vini, you're not going to be... children are not going to be called Sazens, pal. But if we have got threats from within the family, perhaps, or alternatively, are we using him to kill off somebody? We don't want to do that either. Oh, what is the implication of inviting Titus into my study? It's either protection or a murder operation, isn't it? So I'm quite intrigued as to what we would want to go and call Manus about. Should we call Manus? I assume that we've only got the option to ask one of these here. Or do one of these things. Hello, Liv. Right, let me think. Titus, like, why are we stood outside this door for 5 minutes? Thinking, Titus, thinking. I think with Manus, the less contact with him, the better, because there's nothing that I could offer him or wish to speak to him about that's going to be any good. I don't want to bribe him. I don't want to do anything with him. I don't want to ward him off. So, really, there's probably not much we can really say to him that's going to be any good. Let's see what Titus has to say. Come, Titus, come with me. I have people to kill. Certainly, Your Majesty. What is it? Yeah, murder. Damn. Okay. How are you? I've invited you to my private quarters just to ask you how you are, clearly. Right, we're not going to deal with him. How are you? I clicked that very quickly there because I'm thinking it's ludicrous to have him bumped off, but what if we could have him bumped off and it'd be really successful? Because we have funded the Golden Guards, so maybe they'll be efficient at killing him. It'd be too suspicious. And if we got caught, it'd be game over, surely. Mind you, it is only a season, isn't it? The look on poor Venus' face, her lover dead. Too quick to cast aside the assassination option there. The more I think about it, could we chance it? Our own personal reign is at threat, is at stake here. So if we are standing to lose our reign or something happens to us, would we sit here and do nothing about it? Or would we reach out in desperation? Nah. Well, Your Majesty, I apologize that the investigation into your father's death is taking such a long time. The fate of Zeal has been weighing on my mind, as I'm sure it has yours. Fear not, Captain. The Lord will show us the way. I wish all of Rizia shared your faith. Was that all you wanted to ask me? Oh, we can still ask it. Oh, there's a second chance. Oh. Or maybe we can still phone Manus. Actually, I don't know. I'm going to dismiss him and stay here. Maybe we can still phone Manus. I don't know. Oh, what if I click this by mistake? We can't kill him off. We can't. No, I'm not going down murdery plot routes. No. I'll be along in a minute. Got a call to make. Hi, Manus. Hi. How are you? I leave you to it, Your Majesty. With a bow and a salute, he left the room. Oh, we can? Oh, let's call Manus. Come on. See what he has to say. We just want to listen to him stutter, because every time he sees us, he's always nervous. Maybe it's a ploy, though, but hey, we think he probably does have a bit of jitters about him. Manus Suzerain, please. Your Majesty, to what do I owe this pleasure? What would it take for... Oh, no. Oh, shit, for God's sake. This is quite an interesting crossroads, so this is definitely a big decision, because we could have him killed, we could try to have him go on a permanent vacation. I don't want to even ask the question. I don't even want to ask the question, because it's just going to... I wonder if he'd be up for it. I've got a treasury full of money. I wonder if he were just to leave. Swordland's good at this time of year, and every time of year apparently. Why don't you go there forever? He's not going to do it, surely. He can't be bribed. And if we ask it and he doesn't do it, he's going to know that we asked it, and he's probably going to tell Vina that we asked it. Sorry, wrong number. Oh. Good night then. Here you go. Call Rico. No, screw Rico. Oh, so we're just doing nothing. The king of indecision when it comes to this one man who's causing me an endless concern. Just maybe he'll just go away of his own accord. I don't know. Clearly not. Clearly not. Right, okay. Thoughts about the conversation with Hugo swam around my head. Who is going to stab me in the back? Who dares question me? Who would carry on my name? And what would my legacy be? Okay, Dirdier. Probably very hostile with Dirdier. Yeah, that went well. That meeting. Pardon of Duchess Suzerain. Oh, no, she can remain in exile. No. Sorry about that, Manus. Your mother has to still remain in exile. Do apologise. Angelica Suzerain issues formal complaint. After the king once again rejected her pardon request, the former Duchess of Rizia has issued a formal request to the crown, declaiming she's been unlawfully held on Calcabiz against her will for crimes she never committed. The Suzerain has said she is now considering bringing her cause forward to democratic countries. Democratic countries. Good luck with that, love. We are... Ooh, 750th anniversary of Isa University. Why is this a flipping event? I've got bigger fish to fry than university anniversaries. Surely. Right. Oh, the last little bit of this dinner. I've left probably half of this plate of food. Because I'm not that hungry, to be quite frank. Click, click. Yeah, I'm more thirsty than hungry today. So we have been invited to speak. That's why we're here. And of course, Vina has tagged along with Manus Suzerain in arm. Happy days. The driver came around to open my door. I took a look out the window. We stopped right in front of the statues of myself and my family. Our heads had been replaced. The likenesses looked good as new. Titus's voice came from the passenger seat. My scouts have given the all clear. It's fine to exit the car. Seems like we're getting a warmer welcome than last time. At least our heads are intact. I'm pleased local law enforcement is doing its job. A diverse mass of people greeted me with applause as I exited the vehicle. Plainclothes police officers guarded the building doors. They saluted me as I went inside. The seats were already full of students, staff members, distinguished alumni, and nobles from House Suzerain. Many wore outfits adorned with the Rizia University mascot, an anthropomorphic cactus named Spiky. What? A crappy mascot. They rose and cheered enthusiastically as I proceeded down the hall. Well, at least they're cheering for me. I was halfway to the stage when the hall erupted into cheers. I turned my head to see Vina and Manus waving to the crowd. Vina split off for the front row as I took my place on stage next to Rico. He was seated with his legs spread out, his expression radiating barely concealed disdain. This man. Sit properly and show some respect to this venerable institution, Duke Carlos. Sat there with your legs wide open, man. They don't respect me around here. I don't see why I should respect them. But as His Majesty commands. He reluctantly assumed a more formal pose. The lights dimmed and the Dean of the University stepped onto the stage. After a short presentation about the history of the University, she invited the Duke of Rizia to speak. As Rico took the stage, I heard scornful murmurs from the audience. My cousin stepped behind the podium and cleared his throat. As reigning Duke of Rizia, I am honoured to speak at the anniversary of Rizia's most renowned university. I must confess to you all, the only higher education I've received is from the School of Life, and I haven't even graduated yet. Nobody laughed. Rico frowned and continued. But when I took charge of Rizia, I realised what an important role this institution plays. Rizia University was founded in order to preserve our kingdom's cherished traditions and pass them on to the next generation, to instill young people like yourselves with a stable moral centre, even when one is lacking outside these walls. But somehow, over the years, that purpose was lost. He glanced at me. Like the rest of Rizia, this school has become a breeding ground for an ideology that prioritises foreign perspectives over our own. A place where this nation's greatest achievements are seen as problems to be worried over, not triumphs to be celebrated. And where youths are led to believe that the complex realities of today can be solved by waving signs and chanting. He levelled his gaze out at the audience. This isn't education, it's indoctrination. The student sitting near the front yelled, "Fascist!" Rico jerked his head in her direction. "This is exactly what I mean. You can't speak the truth in this country without getting smeared with meaningless accusations." His mouth curled into a sneer. "Now, if I actually were fascist, do you think I'd let this young lady make it out of this auditorium alive?" The crowd erupted into fury. The boos escalated into full-throated shouts of "Down with the Duke!" Rico, oh dear. Who are we shouting this at? Are we shouting this at Rico? Are we shouting this at the crowd? No, we'll just get him off the stage. Usher him off quick. Get down, idiot. It's time for the king to speak. Rico opened his mouth to retort, then closed it. He nodded his assent. The audience began cheering as he retreated from the podium. He spoke to me under his breath. You see what I'm up against? I doubt you'll fare much better. You brought this on yourself, cousin. You embarrassed us both. The students in the crowd burst into applause as I took Rico's place behind the podium. Still, I could feel the lingering tension in the hall. I glanced at Titus, who was scanning the crowd, alert for slightest sign of danger. I took out the notes I'd prepared. Ladies and gentlemen of Rizia. "750 years. What a milestone. Not only for this university, but for Rizia. War, revolution, social upheaval. These halls have seen it all and lived to tell the tale. Which is why I am truly dismayed that the Duke of Rizia has allowed a culture of hate and intolerance to pervade this place." Rico was staring daggers at me. Listen, my family already hate me, might as well just carry on. Just give them more fuel to the fire. Rico was staring daggers at me. The Su Omina members in the audience shifted in their seats uneasily. We have failed to keep the peace. Multicultural city. Those who cannot accept that should leave. We don't want to draw any more wrath of the family, I don't think, after what the thing is Hugo told us. So, yeah, we'll just simply say that, yes, we embrace the multicultural aspect of the city. Those who cannot accept that should simply leave. But we can't forget our history and heritage, even as we hurtle into tomorrow. Ooh! Deal with the Duke immediately. Oh, hi. Oh, this is the religious one. It was the Lord who ordained that the Taurus family would reign over Rizia, and I would not presume to interfere with his plans. Interesting. Never liked Ricardus. This is where our campaign comes crashing down. As yeah, it's actually not the people that actually uprise against us, but it's actually the nobility, our own family, nonetheless. Could you imagine? I would not have seen this in a million years. Far. Hugo's going to have a massive thromby if we do this. I reckon he's going to fall on his own sword at some point, so we'll let him do that. We shall simply... the religious one. God said we will reign, so we will reign. And continue to reign, because God said so. I'm a God-fearing man. What can I say? Discontented rumblings. Yeah. Oh well. We're not going to really achieve that given the lines that we've taken, so House Taurus is not really in their good books given Rico's actions here. So I think in times of instability, it is crucial to respect our established structures even if we don't agree with them, aka the monarchy. The King spoke. God bless you all. Noble words of Rizia. Hesitantly, the students and teachers assembled began clapping. Rena and Maynus both sat still. They weren't applauding at all. That was interesting, Your Majesty. Somebody called me fascist. It was either that or have you deposed. Be grateful. Sure. The celebratory speeches wrapped up, and Titus and his guards escorted us out of the auditorium's back entrance. I wondered if I had managed to accomplish anything. By the sounds of it, no. We accomplished nothing. Absolutely nothing. Easy university celebrations marred by sole troublemaker. Yes, rogue student who dared to hurl insults at the Duke. Swiftly handled, and the speeches continued. With His Majesty, no bias here, making a particularly eloquent contribution. Glad you think so, Papers. Not my best speech, I must admit. Right, reports emerge of torture prison in Valen. Oh, Rizian citizens maybe. Oh, this is bad news. Aureus environmental protests escalate. You know how we deal with protests around here that aren't in our home province. And that is... improve environmental protection. Is that a bad thing? No. Disperse with force. Have protests around here. Scores of environmental protesters have blocked roads and tram lines. Yes. Police forces arrested those responsible for disrupting society. Yes. A meeting with Queen Beatrice Livingston of Rumburg is on the agenda. Interesting. Wonder what she's got to say for herself. The thump of aeroplane wheels on asphalt jolted me from my sleep. I was seated in the commercial jet we chartered for our royal visit to Thornborough. It had been a long, bumpy ride. Lorenzo was in the seat next to mine. On seeing I was awake, he smiled. Good morning, Your Majesty. I'm glad you were able to get some rest. Ah, yes. I always sleep well on aeroplanes, Lorenzo. No phone calls, letters, responsibilities, just point A to point B. Refreshing, I agree. He pulled a tin of wax out of his pocket and dabbed some onto the ends of his moustache. With all the foreign turmoil happening lately, it is comforting to know that Queen Beatrice is still on our side. Yes. She's family. Family members support each other no matter what. Really, do they? Yes. But, go on then. Yes, I have no doubt that Her Excellency still harbours warm feelings towards you. The plane's door slid open. An aide informed us that everything had been cleared for our arrival. Thornborough Airport, one of the biggest transportation hubs in Macopa, had been completely emptied of passengers for our visit. As we descended the airplane stairs onto the tarmac, a horn quartet played a jubilant fanfare. Photographers in a cordoned-off press area eagerly began snapping pictures. A red carpet stretched from the plane to a waiting motorcade. Next to a pair of limousines, Beatrice Livingston and the royal Rumberg family waited to greet us. The Queen had a compassionate look in her eyes as I approached. We exchanged cheek kisses. "My dear brother-in-law, what a pleasure it is to finally host you in Thornborough. Your niece sends her warmest wishes." "How lovely. A pity she could not be here." She abruptly turned and regarded Lorento, who was standing behind me. "Mr. Esquibel, His Majesty is lucky to have retained the services of a fine statesman like yourself. The good fortune is all mine." With a flourish, he knelt and kissed Beatrice's hand. She blushed slightly. "Let's not delay. We have a full programme of events planned at the Emerald Palace. Oh, you remember King Consort Boris and Prince Bradley?" Lorento and I exchanged cursory greetings with the two men. A chauffeur opened their limousine door and they stepped in. Queen Beatrice, Lorento and I were escorted over to a second car. "I hope you two don't mind the company. We have so much to catch up on. I thought we should start right away." "Yes. Good thinking. You never know who's listening in at the palace. I assure you our security is second to none, but of course one can never be too careful." We got into the car and sat facing each other on leather banquets. The engine thrummed to life, and we began moving. Once we were in motion, Beatrice smiled at the two of us. "Well, look at us, still allies after all these years. My energy ministers tell me that our deal is going swimmingly. I know it's not smooth sailing for any of us monarchies, but I trust you know what you're doing." "Yes." Whenever the path before me is unclear, I ask the Lord to show me the way. "I see. Rather antiquated, but if it works. Of course, I am pleased that you managed to gain access to the Aureus field whilst avoiding conflict with Parley. Yes, as long as relations with Parley stay friendly, we'll have the means to fulfill our energy commitments for years to come." "Excellent. We wouldn't want to have to go begging to Swordland now, would we? I understand you've been having some trouble with the Republic lately." "Swordland has trouble with us, Mr. Esquibel, not the other way around. It's true we closed our embassy in Leshaven, but that was a long overdue response to the Republic's many attempts to isolate us. And then their President Rain had the nerve to condemn us." "We did. Just thinking of the options that we picked on the playthrough that we imported. Yes, we did condemn the first time round." Lorento looked distressed. He nodded at Beatrice to continue. "Frankly, Your Majesty, the fact that Rizia is maintaining its connections to Swordland amounts to a betrayal in my eyes." "I'm not a fan of President Rain. We don't even know President Rain. See you later, Cham. But I've got to honour the deals I made with his predecessor." "I respect that you are a man of your word, but I fear that the Swordish president is not. Have Rain's millennialist leanings not escaped your notice? He will stab both of our kingdoms in the back with no hesitation. Mark my words." We rode on. I looked out the window at a completely empty freeway. "Where are all the other cars?" "I've had the entire freeway cleared of traffic, of course. Rumberg spares no expense for visiting allies. I have not yet broached the subject of zeal." "Yes." "Right, yes. Your oil embargo helped us get a very favourable deal with Valen. I thank you for it. In case that deal doesn't work out, I have another opportunity for you." She leaned forward and spoke confidentially. I suggest that you take advantage of Rumberg's contacts within the Bluedish Freedom Front. Interesting. No. I think we don't need any further support in getting Zeal back, if I'm being honest. I think we've got many angles with Zeal covered, if I'm being honest. So, I don't see how that will help us. Simple, really. Up to this point, we have been aiding the Blood's liberation efforts in the north of Valen, but I see no reason why their struggle can't be directed southward as well. Lorento coughed. If I may, Your Excellency, Zeal has nothing to do with the former Greater Bloody region. Why would the BFF get involved there? Any action that destabilizes the Smolak regime will help the Bluedish cause, no matter where it is carried out. Lorento pondered over this for a moment. I am loath to suggest violence as a solution to the Zeal conundrum, especially since Valen may yet return the region through diplomatic means. Yes, if we funded the BFF and Smolak found out about it, he'd have an excuse to hold on to Zeal forever. We are making good progress already. And who would tell him? Do you run that leaky of a ship, Your Majesty? No. No, I don't, but I don't like this. We'll figure out another way to retake Zeal. Suit yourself. It was just a suggestion. At any rate, Your Excellency, thank you for this offer and for entrusting us with such sensitive information. Why, certainly. What are allies for? Now, is anything else on your mind? Ooh, interesting. What happens if your tensions with Swordland escalate? Do you expect Rizia to fight for you? She raised an eyebrow. First off, there will be no escalation, not if President Rain knows what's good for him. Second, Rumberg has enough reservists to fight for a century if we need to. Calling in our distant neighbours would be a waste of ship fuel. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Lorento nod in agreement. But of course, I would expect you to support the cause in whatever way you could. Good to know. No nation is an island, my dear, especially not a kingdom. We turned off the freeway. The massive green domes of the Emerald Palace loomed in the distance. We finished the journey in comfortable silence. There was still a long visit ahead of us. Well, there you go. At least we're not having to support the war effort. But we know how it ends, of course, don't we? Because, hey, it's important to save. It didn't end very well for Rumberg, our first playthrough, did it? They got called out in the Alliance of Nations meetings, and all was done and dusted. Rizia and Rumberg reaffirm alliance. Following successful negotiations between King Beatrice and King Rumus, both partners have, as expected, agreed on strengthening cooperation between both of our kingdoms. Yes. What was this? It was supposed to be some new geopolitical news, but that wasn't a new news article. Strange. Oh, and now Duke Reinhardt is visiting. But then Rain kneeled over and gave them land. Oh, of course, yes, that's why we got the coup. Oh, that was it, yes. Oh, yes. Respond to this message. No, respond to it in a bit. What does Duke Reinhardt want? All these bigwig visits. Dirdier, bloody Parley, Rumberg. There'll bloody be Smolak next. Right, what does Reinhardt want? What does he want? There was some talk about Parley being brought into grace that we could have raised with Beatrice, which is an interesting one. As the morning sun cast its golden rays over the portrait-lined halls of the palace, I waited for Duke Reinhardt to arrive. The meeting, a follow-up on our recent Aureus Gasfield agreement, was crucial in solidifying our newfound cooperation. I paced the grand reception hall, looking at its walls, adorned with tapestries depicting the glorious history of Rizia, while Parble was making sure everything was in order. I stopped in front of one massive tapestry map dated from the 7th century, which showed the Resident Empire at the height of its power. The border stretched far and wide, including most of the current territories of current-day Morella, Derdia, Valen, and the southern coast of Lesbia. What are you thinking? About that map, I mean. I just really like history. I thought as much. I was wondering, Your Majesty. He pointed at one map, hung in the corner of the hall. Don't you think that particular map might be perceived a bit negatively? It was a very rare map depicting the borders of the kingdom in the 18th century, showing Parley as part of Rizia. Yes. Interesting. But do we really care? It's a map. Simple, isn't it? Do we want any further alliance with Parley? At this point, we've always said we wanted Zeal back, Parley we weren't so bothered about. So ultimately, if we can get some trade with them and stuff, then yeah. You know what? Take it down. We'll put it back up when he's gone. It's fine. This is what you do for diplomacy. Parble signalled to a pair of nearby servants. A few minutes later, they returned with a ladder and swiftly removed the map. Suddenly, we had a knock at the door, signalling the arrival of the Duke. I'll leave you to it, Your Majesty. Thank you. Before I had time to recollect myself, the doors suddenly opened. Duke Reinhardt strode into the hall, glancing around at the paintings and tapestries on the walls. He approached me and we shook hands. Welcome to Rizia, Your Grace. It's great to be here, Your Majesty. He smiled and gestured at the pair of armchairs that had been set out for us. Please. We both sat down. So, Your Majesty, I hope you've been faring well since we last met. I must say, the Aureus Field has been a game changer. Now that the extractions have begun in earnest, from the reports the powers is sending me, it's been quite the boon to your industries as well. I'd say we both made out like bandits, wouldn't you? Yes. Your support has been invaluable, but there's always room for growth. Oh yes, with luck, this energy partnership is only the beginning. I believe the resolution we reached amounts to more than just handshakes or numbers. Naturally, I'd like to keep things civil and profitable between our nations. I believe that's everything I came here to discuss. How about you, Your Majesty? Do you have anything to share with me? What, is that all you've come to say? What, we do have an offer for him, apparently. What? I don't really see a need to discuss anything. We do have an offer. What do we have to offer? Do we have an offer? Where's Escabel when you need him? What are we offering him? Shares? What have we got to offer? The whole talk of a map was a scene in the West Wing. Oh, really? Do you know what? What have we got to offer him? Join Grace. Okay, I thought that might be on the table. After the asking... We could have asked Beatrice, but he didn't ask Beatrice to see what she would have thought. Really? They're not a kingdom, though, are they? So it's time we stand together. I'm offering you a military alliance. A bond of marriage. What the hell? Oh, interesting. So, join Grace. No, not really. A military alliance. Yes, I know. That's one way to get rid of the Sazin situation. But I can't do it. Who's she going to marry? She's going to marry him. Oh my god. It makes complete sense. Mayness is dealt with. We get an alliance with Parley through marriage. I'd do it in a heartbeat, but do you know the issue? It's Vina. It's my Vina. Oh. Ooh. My Vina versus my reign. If we end up with a family completely against us, we could end up dead, ambush, coup. We got to, self-preservation has got to kick in at some point. Oh my god. It's genius. But can I do it to my daughter? Have her marry somebody that she doesn't want to for diplomatic purposes? I think at some point we have got to understand that yes, we love our daughter very much and we wouldn't do anything really to try to upset her, you know, we want her to live her own life and all that. However, we would not sacrifice ourselves for her marriage, if I'm being frank here. Family are revolting. The whole Duke Rico situation just kicked off at the thingy. That's kicking about in our head. If we don't do something to please the family, but is that going to please the family? It's not a Sazin, so probably they would prefer it to be still probably Rico, really, but at least it's not a Sazin. I think it's the fact it was a Sazin that's the biggest issue. So, you know what? Yeah. Sorry, Vina. I've tried to let you have your fun, but the situation has changed since I allowed you to go forth with Mr. Sazin. So let's do it. Let's see. It's not forced to happen, but it's an option. So clearly there's got to be something that could come out of this. It's time for marriage bonds. I've played far too much CK2 in my time. He grinned devilishly. Oh, hang fire. Have you had your eye on Vina already? Flattering, Your Majesty. But you're not really my type. His expression turned serious. He looked me straight in the eye. Or were you talking about your daughter? Well, clearly I'm not talking about me, am I, idiot? The thought of a Rizia Parley reunion has certainly crossed my mind, and of course a marriage between myself and Princess Vina would be the natural way to accomplish that. But first, I would like Rizia to help Parley join Grace. Oh, he wants both. Greedy sod, isn't he? Look, strength in numbers, right? And didn't she say that she was happy that we resolve things with Parley peacefully? She did say that, didn't she? So, you know, go on then. Pulling away from Lesbia will necessitate strong allies with common goals. Rizia is a key member. Have you considered extending an invitation our way? Yes. Yes. Oh, here's the Arrow monarchy, apparently. Yes. Actually, I have been waiting to talk to you about this myself. Have you? Not really, but hey, since you brought it up, I can pretend I have. And don't forget, if he's marrying Vina, then Beatrice loves Vina very much, and, you know, she might turn around and say, I don't want, oh, she might give up a fuss. You know what? No. Our monarchies must stand together. So glad to hear that you agree. So can I expect you to advocate for our membership at the next Grace meeting? Yes. What's in it for us? Ooh, now do we go down that route? What are you going to give me for putting a good word in and giving you my darling daughter to wed? I feel like I need something in return. Is that too much to ask? I don't think it's unreasonable for us to ask. We're giving you the most stunning lady you've clapped your eyes on. And we're going to put a good word in too. Don't push too much. Oh, I wonder, there must be something else he can offer. Surely. In fact, we're getting rid of Manus. We're getting rid of Manus. No. Let's not. You're right. Let's not push it. Manus, getting rid of him is reward enough. I keep my seat on the throne, potentially. It's a big reward, isn't it? I'll bring it up. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'm looking forward to commiserating over the pressures of the crown with all of you. He sat back in his chair with a satisfied look, including my own pressure to get married. Assuming Vina agrees to it, this union would not only be a powerful symbol of reconciliation between our families, but a merging of our country's destinies. Ooh, I want my daughter's full consent. No, my daughter's full consent is not an option right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Some more twists here. Hang fire. This must be a peaceful reunification, not a dominion, or such a marriage can only be allowed if you take the Taurus's name matrilineally. He's not going to go for that, is he? Not a chance. I don't want to scupper this. It makes no sense, right? She's the daughter of a ruler. She's the daughter of a ruler, and he's a ruler. He would not agree to that. Oh man, I feel like I'm being greedy. I don't want it to. As I said, I don't want to scupper it. God. What's he going to say? He can only say, no, I don't agree to that. Okay, fine, we thought we'd ask. Simple. Do you know what? We're going to ask it. We're going to ask it. We're going to ask it. He can't possibly agree. He's a ruler marrying the daughter of a ruler. It's not even on the level playing field, is it? Why, you know, there'll be 15 crosses on CK2, 15 negatives. There ain't no way in hell it's happening. But let's try it. Listen to me, Your Majesty. My intention is not to execute a power grab. If your daughter does take the throne one day, I'm willing to be the king consort. She can keep the Taurus surname if you and she desire it. I do have one condition, though. If we are to reunify, I want my domain to include Greater Parley. Gladly. But only if my daughter has a part in governing it. I wouldn't dream of having it any other way. Just think about it. So, the administrative district goes back to Parley. If she becomes queen, he's the king consort. And I think this is a good option. I think this is alright. I think this is not too shabby an option here. I think this is good. What's there to think about? You and Princess Vina shall be wed, and our kingdoms shall unite as one. And then we get zeal as well, and then, by hook or by crook, through peaceful means, as I predicted at the start of my reign, I shall have both parley and zeal as part of Rizia. Yes, look at that. Yes. Let's get it done. He winced. Please obtain the princess's permission first, Your Majesty. Marrying a woman against her will is not my style. Thank you. Was there anything else you'd like to discuss? Oh, Vina will be head over heels with you. How are we going to convince her? This is bad news. I have something to offer you. I believe we can do more than just grace. I don't even want to click on this option. Because what else could there possibly be to offer this man? I think he's got enough already without us having to ask. What more can we offer you? We can offer you the world. Have it all. He's going to walk out there thinking, what? How have I walked out there with a future wife, with a bit of extra land, part of grace? What the hell's happened here? This is the man that was barely refused to give up the Horus gas field. Let's just see. Let's just see. I don't want to just see, because no, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing what this possibly could be. We can do more than just grace. What is bigger than grace? Grace is like a... I am quite interested into what it is, but I don't want to lock into it. It's painful. No. You own a lot. No. Hold on a sec. No. Great. Let me call it a day. He stood up and shook my hand. I bet he did. Thanks for having me, Your Majesty. It was a pleasure as always. Till next time. Toodle pip. Tally ho. Right, Vina. No! Oh, minimum cost, please. Abandon and scrap at this point. The restoration of the royal yacht is nearing completion. The kingdom now faces a decision regarding the project's final phase and potential celebratory expenses. This involves choosing between hosting a grand celebration or cutting further. No, have a grand celebration. We've got money to burn. No more decrees that we want to enact. Money is coming out of our ears right now. We really are the gold kingdom. Let's have the biggest celebratory parade you've ever seen in your life for a flipping ship. The RRN Rizia scale model has been unlocked. Look at, oh, is it beautiful? That's not, it's the 1950s. All right, folks, that in the 1950s is technology, okay? Right, where were we? What are we doing? Grand Parade celebrates yacht. Tens of thousands of fans of the monarchy turned up in Monkeys for the celebration of the restored royal yacht. A military parade made its way to the harbour where the ship is moored, where the boat made a celebration lap while I waved at the crowds. Hi everyone. I spent a fortune, 6 of our country's budget on this. I could have built 2 ports for the price of this ship, but hey, this is what happens when you've got a treasury full of cash. You just got to spend it. Right, what have we got in the news? Rufus Gragg's royal gossip. He's back again. Now that the absolutely stunning royal yacht has been renovated, it's time for us to take a closer look at what the boat has to offer. Let's start with the exterior. The king has opted for a chic white colour scheme with the House Taurus colours, yellow and orange, providing for elegant accent colours. A magnificent hardwood deck finishes the exterior, which also houses several little seating areas for the royal family. Inside, there's of course the royal quarters in the dining hall, equipped with the most comfortable plush sofas one could imagine. But the star of the show, the wine cellar, an expansive kitchen for where a legion of servants can provide the king with everything his heart desires. I should hope so. Right, this is the last act of today's stream. I was going to finish 10:15. It's now 10:30, but I'm itching to see if this is us trying to twist Vena's arm to marry Duke Reinhardt. We've got no support from our mother because she doesn't like us anymore, so this is going to be interesting. But anyway, let's see. This is probably the end of the chapter anyway. Golden candlesticks stood along the length of the table in the royal dining room. Their flickering light cast a warm glow on my daughter's face, matching the warmth in her eyes. Oh, I feel bad already. I feel horrendous already. We have to convince her. We cannot do it by force, or because Duke Reinhardt won't be happy with it. He wants her to consent. We have to do something here. Hopefully our past decisions haven't scuppered us here. Let's see how this goes. Don't be a bumbling wreck, Mr. Romus. Think that you're dealing with leaders of the world here and not your daughter, because she has more power than any leader does over you. My mother hurried into the room holding the train of her silk brocade gown. Parble calmly pulled out her chair. Truly sorry, dears. It took 2 ladies in waiting to squeeze me into this whole thing. But I wouldn't miss supper for the world. It's been ages since the 3 of us sat around the same table. Yes. Yes, even among the many pressures of ruling, a king must make time for his family. We could invite Parble, but we've never invited Parble, so formalities and all that. The same goes for princesses. Pardon my interruption, but dinner is served. Parble rang a small bell. An army of kitchen staff materialised around the table bearing plates of food. He fastidiously wiped the dust off an ancient-looking wine bottle before pouring glasses for Vina and my mother, then me. A rare Cantuovo Grand Cru bottled in 1926, days prior to the uprising. Yes. A reminder of triumph over seditious internal elements. Well chosen. Thank you, Your Majesty. Parble bowed and disappeared back into the kitchen. I looked down at my plate. Dinner tonight was Monkeys lobster with rice and plenty of butter. Oh, bit of lobster. Your father couldn't stand lobster as a child, Vina. I could only get him to eat it by telling him it was a magical creature called a sea pheasant. Yes. An example of how we all believe what we want to, no matter how implausible. My mother nodded in agreement. Vina didn't respond. What's on your mind, Vina? You know you can tell me anything. Nothing. Oh, well. Oh, dear. I had a long conversation with Manus the other day. Hopefully, Manus said that he can clearly see there's no future for both of you, and you're free to marry somebody else. Would that be too easy? Oh, no. She slowly put down her fork. Oh, God. Yes, Mr. Man of Holy Religion, look to your God now, because you're going to need his divine intervention. The topic of marriage... Oh, did it? Oh, I see. Did it now? How lovely. How dare he discuss marriage without... No, we can't fly off the handle here. We cannot fly off the handle. No. Is that so? How lovely. Oh no! She breathed false sense of security alert. She breathed a sigh of relief. Ah, yes, relief indeed. Lovely indeed. So does that mean we can go through with it? You know how fond I am of Manus. He's like a son to me, really. But I have an even more suitable marriage candidate in mind for you, actually. That's actually Not true. She knows I'm not fond of Manus, doesn't she? Before I agree also indicates that she has an opportunity to disagree. And that we might still agree with Manus, which clearly we don't. Oh, God. Oh, no. I've got to be careful here. Before I agree. I'm not going to agree. This is almost like a Darren Brown thing. I have a more suitable... I said I have a more suitable candidate. Oh, you have a more suitable candidate? Oh, of course, he's much more suitable. I know, I didn't realise I didn't see it sooner. You will marry Duke... what's his face? Reinhardt. We can't say this in good conscience. How fond I am of Manus. I mean, we let him on the dinghy. We've let him bloody court her. I mean, how... We've been quite civil. I don't think it's going to matter, to be quite... I mean, it might do, though. That's the trouble. Do you know what? No. Discuss. I like this option because it says there's another marriage opportunity that we must discuss. We're making it appear like she's part of the conversation. We must discuss it. The pros and the pros. There's no cons to it, of course. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is a game, and as I said, I don't have kids, but I can imagine having a child sat in front of me, a daughter, happy as Larry. Oh, you've said I can marry the sweetheart, my darling love Manus. And I'm just going to turn around and say, hang fire, love, no. Not tonight, not ever. Am I agreeing to that? The look of horror, the colour draining from her face, the tears. Oh, it's painful. I couldn't even say no to my dog. How can I say it to a person? To what? To whom? Duke Axel Reinhardt. Wouldn't need your permission. No, she wouldn't in real life, of course not. If I was obviously had that kind of authority over her. This is not the 1950s here. Or maybe it might be my house. Right. Yeah. Let's see. Let's just judge the reaction. Judge the reaction. Hang fire. Hang fire. Right. Duke Axel Reinhardt. Vina pushed away a plate with a stunned expression. Oh, it didn't go down well. It's okay. She didn't smash the plate. It's a start. Oh, honey. Rely on mother to break down that tension. Don't look so surprised. I suppose you have objections? Vina Taurus, Queen of Rizia and Grand Duchess of Parley. Doesn't that have a nice ring to it? I don't think she cares about any of that. She doesn't strike me as a power-hungry person, so we're not going with that option. It would be foolish to refuse the benefits this union will bring to our kingdom. Now, she is very much a kingdom-focused person, though. So that could be a good option. But we could also welcome her objections. And then we can just cast her objections aside and not listen to them. Oh, this is so difficult. This is worse than any diplomatic mission. Oh. My mother's on my side by the sounds of it, though, so this is a good start. Who are we asking here? We're talking to Vina, we're not talking to my mother. I'm quite tempted with this one, but I don't think she's going to see this. She's love-struck. I suppose you have objections? Keep the conversation going, make her feel part of the conversation continually. Yeah, you've got objections. I'll listen to them. I'll listen. Get them off your chest. Right, I'll write them down even, so that I can just tick them off one by one as I completely and utterly pour water all over them. No, that's objection. I get that, but no. Next one. Yeah. No, don't agree with that personally. Next. There you go. Objections. Gone. When can you get married? First off, I object to you and the Duke of Parley discussing this without my involvement. Oh, there was an option to speak to her first, wasn't there? We did take that option. Okay, I get that. Fine. It just came up in conversation. As to the marriage itself, he's handsome, to be sure. Well, handsome, that's good. But I am not in love with it. You grow to love him. This is how these things work. Handsome, good looking, probably a good personality. Before you know it, you know what? Love has blossomed and grown. This with Maina Sazin, it's just lust. It's just lust, love. It'll die down and you'll be bored of him. Whereas these that you've had to work on, these relationships could endure the test of time. Just look at me and your mother. Just look at me and your mother. Maybe we can bring that up as a good bargaining chip. Ah, yes, you see? It is an option. You will grow to love him over time. It happened with me and your mother. Look at that. Perfect. You'd never been in love before. How could you even know that was why you felt? That was what you felt? Now, Vina. An arranged marriage can turn into genuine affection just as easily as so-called true love can curdle into resentment. I speak, of course, from experience. That may be so, but what about the Reinhardts? Do we really want to merge our house with theirs? I have been privy to your conversations about them. Will one marriage be enough to resolve centuries of tension? Hey, she's coming round. She's coming round here. She's thinking diplomatically now. Hang fire. Hang fire. Oh, and she is all very much peace. Queen Liza. It's not a merger, it's an acquisition. No, it's not. It's not as simple as that. Marriage is only the first step. Rizia initiated the aggression against Parley in the first place. It is up to us to offer a peaceful resolution. They showed generosity in their handling of the Aureus gas field. I have faith they will be a reliable partner. That's quite interesting. Oh, I know. Why can't we bring that up? He's offered to be king consort. Okay, so I don't know if there's any medical people out there, but I literally have had pain in my little finger, right, for about probably 3 or 4 months now, and I was feeling my joint the other day, and it's really bizarre, but there's a lump where the joint is. Like a bit of bones maybe fragmented off, or a little growth or something. But when I touch it, it's really solid, but it's really painful. So this must be the cause of my pain in my finger. I don't know what the hell it is. What could it be? Probably arthritis, is it? It's kicking in. Anyway, what do we go for? We could say that we're the bigger people. Do you have a habit of biting your nails? No, the pain is not at the top, it's right at the bottom here. Right there. There. Yeah, there's a little lump there. Right on the joint. And when I touch it, when I move it about, it's painful. I could just go to the doctor. I don't think I'm going to go to the doctors with that. It can't be anything major. It's just a little thing on my finger. They'll probably feel it and be like, oh, you've come to the doctors for that. What's that about? But my finger has been hurting for this little finger, when I bend it. I thought it was a football injury initially, but they just never kind of vanished. It just kept on and on. Anyway. You know what? We're going to play to peaceful conflict resolution model here. We are offering the olive branch here. We are the ones to initiate the peaceful resolution. We will be the ones that looked at in the history books as start of a new era. We're twisting the arm here. I still don't know. Oh, come now, Vina. Come. You've read enough books and enough histories to know the way of royal weddings. This is not the worst that could have happened to you. I'm sure you'll agree. One word, love. Rico. Come now. I think I've pulled a blinder, if I'm being honest. As much as I enjoyed being on your council, I still believe our kingdom citizens should have more of a say in its future. Maybe we'll have to concede something here. I know you don't share that vision, but I always hoped you would come to see it my way. But a marital alliance with another monarchy, it feels like a step backwards. Oh, okay, step carefully. God's plan, no, not on her. Stick your rigid ideals and dire failure. Oh, no. I know it seems that way, but I assure you this partnership will benefit everyone in Rizia, not only nobles. No, it's got to be that one. That's the only one. That's not negative. I assure you, it's almost like begging. I assure you. No. It's got to be 3. I don't like any of the other options. If I marry Reinhardt, I intend to hold you to that promise. Okay, so if she does do this, we have to be very person-centric. Give them everything. Let's, what were those workers' rights you talked about? Let's give them. We've got enough money now. Rusty, we don't care about you anymore. We're going all for the people. My daughter's made me see a new light. She's gonna do it. My mother was smiling proudly. Oh, hang on. Joining the Royal Council has agreed with you, hasn't it? I used to be so jealous of noble women like you. They'd come into my establishment spending like tycoons and talking like encyclopedias. But when I joined your ranks, I realized the price of all that privilege. Sooner or later, you've got to put your personal aspirations aside and do your womanly duty on behalf of the kingdom. Ooh, we could... No, Mother, that's not going to be Vina's life. My daughter is free to choose her own future. That's a risk, because she might still choose Manus, but I think we've got her. I think we've got her in the palm of our hand. I think if we now flip it and say, it's your choice, Vina, I just offered an alternative solution. I think she's done enough studying here to understand. I think we've got her. I think we've got her. This is a risk. This is a risk. Although we could say it's not like that. Marry Axel and you can pursue whatever dreams you want to. Oh God. I like 4 as well. I do. Because it's got to be a choice. But even if we give her a gentle nudge, it'll still be her choice in the end. But I just kind of think we've got her. We've got her. If I marry, I intend to hold you to that promise. Oh. No, we're going to go with this one. I'm going to trust my gut here. I'm going to trust my gut. Vina Paw, suddenly uncertain. See, we've done enough here. I think we've done enough. Marrying Duke Reinhardt is what's best for Rizia, isn't it? What's this? 100%. We could even put it on even thicker. Don't listen to me. Listen to here. Oh, do we dare trust her to do it? Twice we could have pressed her even further. Twice we've given her the guilt trip. 3's a bit risky. Maybe 3 is too risky. 1 is probably safest. I don't think we should push our luck twice. I have absolutely no doubt that it is. She took a deep breath. Then I will do it. I feel like we've just swam through shark-infested waters and come out alive. Holy hell. I just need to figure out what to say to Manus. Yep, you figure it out. Because I'm having nothing to do with it. Oh, we've pulled a blinder here, folks. We've pulled a blinder. We could have just saved our reign, saved the people, saved everything with this one conversation. Family back on track. People. Oh, yes. I'm seeing it now. Zeal, parley, merged kingdom. It's all happening. Oh, yes. I'm sure he'll understand. You can always keep seeing him on the side, after all. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Parble, some champagne. We've got a royal engagement to celebrate. Right away, madam. So that's it. Champagne. Obviously, they've used it because we all know what champagne is, but this is an alternative reality, so champagne doesn't exist, technically speaking. But I suppose you can't really say, let's get some sparkling wine, couldn't you? Well, you could actually, I suppose. Right. Right away, madam. He absconded to the kitchen and returned with the bottle. Allow me to sabre it. Yeah, take it off with the sword. Pour yourself a glass, Parble. It's a special occasion. Parble briskly shook his head. It's a very expensive vintage, not to be wasted on butlers. He filled our glasses and Vina hoisted hers high. The hint of a smile was beginning to show on her face. To a reunited Rizia, perhaps this will be fun after all. Ooh, wait. I still have your mother's wedding ring. I want you to wear it at the wedding. Oh, that's very sweet. Oh, father, it would be an honour. Of course it would. We clinked our glasses. Ching ching! Over dessert we began discussing the wedding preparations, and suddenly Manus was a distant thought. Ha ha! Cast out of the House of Delegates, cast out of my daughter's plans. Oh, what a happy day. Ensuring continuity of the Taurus royal lineage. Oh no! Taurus royal lineage is at a crossroads with the crown princess's forthcoming marriage. Tradition dictates that she and any children she may bear take her husband's surname, effectively removing House Taurus from the royal line of succession. However, the King of Rizia may issue an exception, allowing the Taurus name to be passed down match. He agreed to this. He agreed to this. And we have reached the end turn phase. Oh, what a glorious way to end. Rufus Gragg's royal gossip returns again. ×2. The king broke tradition, which is strange. It is strange because we're a very traditionalist king, but it is for a necessary cause. With the upcoming marriage, Venus' children will carry the Taurus name instead of the husband's. Thus, the lineage is secured. One can't help but wonder, what does this mean that King Romus' plans to no longer have a son? What would happen if something bad happens to Vina, the king's only child? We can only all pray together that that eventuality never occurs. Royal gossip, Vina engaged. What's that I hear? Why, it's the wedding bells for the Belle of Rizia, Her Highness Vina Taurus. The latest out of Parles Resna is that Princess Vina has gotten engaged to his Duke, Grace Axel Reinhard the Dashing, of the Grand Duchy of Parley. The engagement is a historic step forward for Parley and Rizia, which are set to finally unite after centuries of cold feet. And it's about time Vina tied the knot. The young lady's getting perilously close to her 25th birthday. We'll keep you posted on preparations for the big royal wedding, which is sure to be one for the books. Ooh, look at that speculation. Ooh. Now this should also serve us well for getting Parley into Grace, because who doesn't love Vina very much but Beatrice, right? She loves Vina so much. Vina will twist her arm as well, put the pressure on, Parley will be into Grace, everything will just be a silky smooth ride. This is fantastic. So, we've still got some decent numbers here. 2 battleships to sell for more cash, should we need to, but hey, we're flush. Royal decrees, homosexuality. Now, interesting. Nobody likes it, and it's against our Ruhicist beliefs. But we did promise Vina that if she was to do this, we would put the people first, right? So as our first act to show Vina that we're a man of our word, this could be a good way to do it, couldn't it? Better human rights, more inclusive and tolerant society. Yes, it's going to tick off a few people. And considering that I'm going for a holy religious kingdom that's very much Ruicism, that's very anti this is almost flying in the face of my entire religious... but I did say, religion is here, family is here. So hence why my mother's not in chains right now. So I'm quite tempted, unless there was anything else on the royal decree list that would be quite welfare driven for the people, that's not quite so what's the word, controversial. Equal gender pay, that's what it costs budget per term. Kind of this could be a quick throwaway kind of, look, everybody gets paid equally. How about that, Vina? How about that? Oh, that's a good start. Not quite so a religious issue. This can't go with that one. Still can't do it. Still can't do it. Unless Vina asks for it, and then we're going to have to oblige. Can't do that either. This is why it's for authority. This is going to cause no end of uproar. But we've got 2 people. We've got Parble close to us, right? No, we can't do it later. We've got enough authority now, so if we're going to do it, it's either now or never kind of situation. It's fresh in the mind. There's a reason for us to do it now. We've got Parble, who's close to us, and we've seen what's happened to somebody that he obviously was on the side with, and he's very upset. And, you know, are we casting Parble aside? Are we striking Parble with whips and, 50 lashes and sticking him in a prison? No. My daughter would clearly want something like this. She's very much about the Rizian people, you know what I mean? So that's 2 people close to us that would probably be jumping for joy if we pass this law or this decree. I mean, other than Sal, who else is really going to kick up a fuss? I'm just thinking, because we're a very heavy Ruicist country, right? By our own doing, because we've kind of pushed that. So is this going to cause an uproar with the people is my only concern. Because we've got quite a lot of people on side at the moment, haven't we? We've done a horrendous job. But then there will be other people that like that law. So the Golcondists here, Rumburgians are Dasnurists, and they would be quite happy. Or did it say that it would please the Daenerys? I can't remember. I think they did. So I'll weigh it up before the next session and then make a decision, which won't be tomorrow because, as I said, I'm off to my friend's house tomorrow, so there's no stream. So you're getting the video update for the anniversary stream. Next stream, therefore, will either be before football on Tuesday or on Wednesday, possibly. So yeah, I think I can feel like we're getting close to the end. Things are coming together. We've got a royal wedding. Manus has been kicked to the curb. Zeal is surely just around the corner. I reckon there's probably 2 streams left of this before we're finished. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it pans out. Keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to be a happy ending. Crossing those fingers so much. Come on, please. Can we get a good ending for a change? Right, anyway, go forth. It's late, much later than I planned on finishing this stream. And I don't think setting the alarm camera off at this time of night is probably a good idea at this point. But hey, I'm still tempted. But yes, can we get 3 kingdoms? Maybe. Possibly. It's planned for after this. I'd be hard pressed to find something else to replace it. So, but yeah, go forth. Enjoy the rest of your evening, what's left of it, and have a fantastic week ahead. And hopefully we will catch up very soon as we will continue onwards to, playing this to a finish. Baldur's Gate 3 will return once we finish this. But yeah, good session there, I think. Very pleased. So until next time, folks, thanks for watching as always. See you soon. Good Vina. Master manipulator at work there.